Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Well, just in the last couple of hours, the JFK files dropped 60 years post-assassination. I found it interesting to read that apparently they just recently discovered 2,400 either files or pages of documents that they hadn't realized might be connected to the JFK case. So there's new evidence supposedly in them. And there's a lot of speculation. There are some who say that the files were long ago cleaned up of shenanigans from a little country that is heavily involved in the United States leadership. And then there's those that say that there's going to be lots of redactions. There's not going to be much that's new. I think everybody's expecting a few new nuggets of information. But what I noticed overall as I was looking through some of the alt media sources that were talking about the files, which by the way, all 84,000 or 88,000 or 80,000 plus, let's put it that way, pages will be available at the U.S. Archives, federalarchives.com. So they said traffic is going to be heavy, so you may not be able to access those immediately or as quickly as you want, but they are available for the public. So good job, Trump administration. Thank you that we got at least some of that information out there. Anyway, the chatter has been that this is Red Pill 101 for those that are still or just at the starting gate. Now, I know those of us that have been awake for years or decades, we sometimes get a little battle fatigued and we say, hey, there's no one else is going to wake up. Well, that's not true because there's people that wake up every day or they start questioning or they realize that conspiracy theories are usually just logical assumptions. So I wanted to ask the universe about these files, which I don't claim to have looked at, and I don't know that I will. I don't know that I want to read 80,000 pages of it. I'd rather ask the tarot cards a few questions, and then I know that eventually, when my time on Earth is done, I'll have lots of answers at my fingertips. But let's just ask if this nickname of these files as being Red Pill 101. In other words, the foundation upon which we can get some people that were really, really married to the narratives and the history that they were taught and the sequence of events, get them to start noticing that there's been shenanigans and that things have never been what they seem. So is this Red Pill 101? The JFK files, plus additional insights and information. And I'm going to let the universe just go as deep or as wide as it wants to on this because I don't want to. I don't want to limit what we get. But the yes or no element is this nickname of Red Pill 101. Is this really going to be a good foundational starting point for a lot of people to realize what those that are awake and aware have known for many, many years in many cases that shenanigans abound? Let's move the camera over. You can watch over the cards and we'll find out together what the universe wants us to know. Okay, well, I want to do enough shuffling here that you know that the universe is speaking, that there's no setup or design on my part to get a particular answer. I'm interested, but I'm not invested in the outcome or what we're told in any way, other than my desire to glean insights and information from the cards in a way that is as accurate as possible. Sometimes people say, how can you get so many outcomes from 78 cards? And I say, look at all the books that have been written with only 26 letters. I have no fear that the universe can't use these cards in a very protected and wonderful way to give us some insights and information. And again, our yes or no element is this going to be Red Pill 101, a good foundational point for people to, in other words, enough information not redacted that they really have confirmation of the things that have been labeled conspiracy theories in the past. Okay, we've got the star card for our first card, followed by the two of pentacles. In the recent past, we have the three of swords. Current, we have Knight of Pentacles. Near future cards showing up here in insights. We've got the Seven of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. And we have the Page of Pentacles. So far, we have no strong hard yes to our question, will this be Red Pill 101? But it is kind of very interesting to me that the indicative card for the question, the situation, is the Star card. First of all, it's the 17th major arcana, and it often typifies for me the moves and um, work being done by the White Hats, the Alliance, the team that is known as 17th letter of the alphabet. So yeah, the 17 team is pivotal to these releases that have happened. They were able to include some new information. So there will be some new information coming out that was previously lost or undisclosed or what have you. It does look like they weren't able to get the full disclosures for whatever reasons. In the past, we've had a lot of lies about that whole event. And those of us that are awake and aware knew that. We knew there was something different happened, whether it was a complete psyop so that JFK could work behind the scenes and make some of the changes to the world he wanted to, because he had angered a lot of cabal and deep state higher ups. Was there, so, we've had it also said that there was no death at all, or that it was the death of a lookalike. Um, so it's one of those three outcomes: it's death of a lookalike, death of JFK, or it was a disappearing um, event by JFK. I guess we'll find out maybe based on some of these, or eventually, as I said, when all truth is known, we'll know then. Again, we've got the Knight of Pentacles for the current, which is my very, very steadfast and diligent military action cards. So the White Hats, the military, have had a lot to do with stopping this obfuscation and the lies, and trying to get some truth out. Again, not quite as much as they had hoped, but definitely more than the shenanigans gang wanted. Let's look at the near future. Okay, we were looking for, is there going to be some new information? What's going on? We have the Seven of Cups for the near future. Sometimes this can be smoke and mirrors, but a lot of times it's about choices. So the choice to know is going to be people's, obviously, as we've always been told. The choice to know is yours, but there's going to be more out there that has a data-based, fact-driven information that people that say that was what was keeping them from jumping on board and believing in the shenanigans, etc., is going to help them to cross that last boundary and enter the camp of logical assumptions and data-based conclusions and critical thinking. Now, the near future insights we've got the Three of Wands showing up, which wands are a fast-moving energy. So this is the way ahead is going to be, first of all, it's also a card that shows some stability going on. So I love that there's stability. They have done an excellent job in making this release timely, pertinent, and definitely part of the plan moving forward. And that is to help people look at things in a new way. The Page of Pentacles shows up as a further insight card, and just a beautiful card that tells us that the energy involved here is a result of diligence, hard work, and what is going to be, there's going to be a lot of reliable evidence that's included in these drops. These tens of thousands of pages of documents that are coming out that people will be going through. Let's get a couple more cards for insights. But again, the time for the lies about it are at an end. And the Q team, 17 team, pardon me, I don't want to lose my channel, and the military genius behind all that has had a lot to do with both what is now going to be available to the public, the disclosures, the transparency, because we want it not just with spending, but with in our leadership and positions of decision making. But we also want it in um, information that's out there. Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands, Page of Cups. Okay, Ten of Wands telling us that this is kind of at this point, there's no further documents that are going to be released to the public. Okay, and this Page of Cups says, within these documents, there's going to be some real gems, a couple of nuggets that are definitely a gift for us. Those of us that seek truth and want answers. Okay, so I love that. I'm going to get two more cards, two final cards, and see what's going on here. We got the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. Okay, I'm laughing because when I see um, cards like this in connection to disclosures and information getting out there, I know that this card that indicates some sadness, first of all, this often um, indicated the previous administration, the one in between President Trump's first and second term. And just letting us know there's not as much to worry about the situation as we might think with the Nine of Swords. So, and these are about written and spoken words. So, those that are worried that there's too much that's going to be withheld, maybe in for a pleasant surprise. Those that were expecting full disclosures, well, that's kind of naive. They're going to have a little bit of a reality check. So, and the team that those that are still on this earthly plane that wanted that information withheld for whatever reason to protect or as power play or blackmail material or whatever, they're not happy campers, and I really don't care. So let's recap. Just within the last couple of hours, the JFK files were finally um, made available to the public. And there's still, with over 80,000 pages involved, there's still a lot of review going on. Now, in the alt media community, chatter had it that what this really was significant for was Red Pill 101, for people to get enough of a clue that there has been shenanigans, that maybe agencies and departments that previously were considered trustworthy were not, that it's Red Pill 101, and it'll be the foundation upon which other disclosures can be made. So that's where we went with the tarot read, asking, is that kind of an accurate nickname that is going to help people really realize, those that said, I need facts, I need information, I need data. Is it going to provide that for them? We didn't get the typical hard yes that we get with the aces, but we got an affirmation that, yeah, it is going to, it is significant. So let's look at some of the cards that were in the read. If you want to see all of them, back the video up a little bit. But first of all, the whole situation was indicated by the 17th major arcana, the Star card. The Star card, first of all, it often indicates Team 17 and what they have done for us with coded communications, as well as indicating that there's things going on in the background and behind the scenes to help clean and clear our world of a lot of negative and evil influences. So not just a government cleanup. And so Team 17 is part and parcel of why this is. And of course, I believe Q plus is President Trump. So there we go. If I lost you, I lost you. Although with the background I've got here, it's not like I make my feelings secret. Even though I sometimes have to speak carefully because of the platforms that I put my videos up on. Okay, now the current situation was indicated by, again, stable military genius at work here, so definitely well thought out. That was a recurring theme through this. Kind of nice to see that in the recent past, there's been a lot of lies and mistruths about this entire situation and the information that is now going to be made public. And so more truth is coming out, and the time for the lies, or at least for the lies flourishing, is going bye-bye. And thank goodness. Now, the choice to know is always going to belong to people. Okay, the choice to be discouraged, that some information was redacted, the choice to be frustrated that maybe some information was removed, because I think that is probably true also. But there is a great deal of new information that's coming out there that is going to show people, I think, that again, agencies and departments that should have been trustworthy and patriotic and people-centered were anything but, anything but. The another card that showed that there was teamwork and coordination involved was the Three of Wands. And Page of Cups says there's some new information in there, guys. The diggers, the people that are digging through it and sifting through it, are going to find some new information and connect a few dots that were previously not connected or were not verified as connected. So there is some new information out there. And then the final one that gave me a chuckle. There are still some people out there, or individuals or entities, that are not happy about this. They didn't get their way. They didn't get to redact as much as they had hoped. And they are not happy, and I don't care. Because the time of lying to people and treating humans like commodities needs to be over. Absolutely. Well, that's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time, your attention, and your viewership. I do not take you for granted. And as always, I know I had a couple of days that I wasn't here and making videos, and it was nice to have a little bit of a break because, as I always say, we need to be able to observe these current events without absorbing them. So I don't think I was in any way downcast or absorbing. But with a couple of days off, I really have that a little more of a high altitude view, and I'm able to watch these things without getting invested in them emotionally. So even though I'm very interested in outcomes and want to do my little part to make sure the outcomes that are achieved are loving and light filled and good for humanity all over this realm. So I thank you for watching, and until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I'm sending you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright. Plus, how about some pleasant surprises? Don't you love them? Let's have lives that are filled with pleasant surprises, even if they're just little ones. Bye.